Well, hello there, and good evening, YouTube. I'm William Brantley, reporting live from Bemis, Tennessee, or South Jackson, Tennessee, reporting today's climate summary and give you a forecast for the next few days momentarily. It turns out to be a cloudy, cool day today. And it has been raining some, especially to the north of downtown Jackson or north of South Jackson, and hadn't rained a whole lot here in South Jackson, but we'll probably get into it a little bit more later on tonight. I'll show you the radar here in a moment. The heaviest rain is to the northwest of Jackson, north and northwest. I'll show it to you here in just a minute, and that's going to continue as the night wears on. Remember, there's a flash flood watch for the northern half of West Tennessee, all the way up to the Kentucky border at least, and on into Kentucky, from 6 p.m. this evening until midnight tomorrow night. And the radar is definitely going along with that ideal. The winter weather advisory is gone. It's over with. It's all rain because the temperature is warm enough for that. All right, let me go ahead and go into the climate data, and then I'll show you the radar. The low temperature today here in Bemis was 36 degrees. It did stay above freezing. Today's high got up to 48 degrees, and as of 5 p.m., I've had 3,500ths of an inch of rainfall here in Bemis since midnight. The lowest humidity would be 55% at 12 a.m., while the highest would be 97%, and that occurred at 5 p.m. The lowest barometric pressure today was 30.23 inches. That occurred at 5 p.m., while the highest would be 30.46 inches, and that occurred at 12 a.m. Today's highest wind gust was 15 miles per hour out of the southeast at 9:11 a.m. Today's records for February the 10th. Hottest high would be 74 degrees in 1999, while the coldest high would be 28 degrees, and that occurred in 1958. The warmest low would be 60 in 2009, and the coldest low would be 4 degrees, and that happened in 1979. Now today's record, the rainfall would be 2.78 inches in 1978, and the snowfall record for today would be 2 inches, and that fell in 2006. Alrighty, that pretty much concludes the basic climate summary for this evening. Now let me show you the radar and a few other graphs, and that'll be it for the evening. As I mentioned, it's raining pretty good to Jackson's north, all the way to Kentucky border, but it is missing South Jackson so far. As you can see here, really along and north of the interstate is where the rain is taking place, I-40, and it's pretty heavy up to our north and parts of Gibson County and over into Dyer County. It's really heavy up around the Dyersburg area, but it's fairly heavy just north of Jackson in the three-way Milan area. And it's also has been heavy in the northeast portions of the area. It's raining over Nashville also, but it's a little lighter up and around the Nashville area. It's real heavy just north of us, and another heavy rain spot is over northeast Arkansas, between Osceola and Blytheville, and over toward Jonesboro, Arkansas. And that's all moving over the same areas. Training effect is what it's called sometimes. Now, but it's barely raining here in South Jackson. It's how we get that lucky out south here, I'll never know. It's just the way it formed and the storm is moving, the way it's moving. But I'm sure we'll get into our share before the whole system's over with, because the threat is good for the flash flooding till at least midnight tomorrow night. And that's when the watch ends. No flash flood warnings that I know of yet. Alright, a little bit further stretch out will show you that really stretching all the way from southwestern Arkansas to about Little Rock, Arkansas, going north of Memphis, and heaviest is north of Jackson, and goes all the way on up into parts of Ohio and West Virginia, up in that area, and Indiana, Kentucky. Alright, let me branch out just a little bit further south and see how far down it goes. Actually, it goes all the way down to Dallas, Texas. My goodness, what a long line. And a little bit to the west of Fort Worth there. And of course, then going back the other direction, how far north does it go? A pretty good sized area of snow on up north, well northeast of us. Let me get my camera here to it will turn right with me. It's snowing in the northern sections of West Virginia, eastern Ohio, a good portion of the western half of Pennsylvania, and parts of northern Virginia and Maryland. Pretty good heavy snow up and through there, especially up around the Great Lakes area. That's where all the snow is this evening. And there you see where it changes over to rain there near, what is that, Charleston, West Virginia area. Changes over and then becomes all rain south of there on down into Kentucky. And then back home, let me get back on Tennessee again. Shows you just how narrow that line is, but those just living under that line is getting a pretty good amount of rainfall this evening. And we'll continue for the rest of tonight on into tomorrow and Tuesday as well. That gives you a little bit better area of the way the snow looks up in the northeast and on over into Maryland, and how long stretch that rain is. And okay, all the way down here. More to come. And it's not doing anything in St. Louis, I don't think. Not doing a whole lot south of, say, Cape Girardeau, Missouri, and that area, and southward. It's not doing a whole lot from that point north, but it's all concentrated in the area where you see there. Alright, and then we're going to put it a little bit closer, since I may come back to that again here in just a little bit. It looks pretty heavy there, up there around Dyersburg and Union City and Martin, Paris and Huntington and those areas. And it's going to continue being pretty heavy in those areas. Don't be surprised if anywhere from 3 to 5 inches of rainfall total may come out of these areas between tonight to early Wednesday morning. That's the projection for some of the rainfall amounts. I don't think we'll have that much here in South Jackson, though, but we're going to get our sort of share out of it as the night wears on. Alright, let's move on to the national forecast maps. National Weather Service's forecast map, current map as of about 4 p.m. This afternoon, has a threat of flash flooding over western and portions of Middle Tennessee and Arkansas, stretching on up into, of course, Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana, and southern sections of Ohio. And as you see, that low pressure over southeastern Missouri has a big area of freezing rain from about the northern half of Missouri on up into Iowa, and stretching on eastward over to over there where the snow's falling in Pennsylvania and parts of West Virginia and Virginia, and they've lifted it out of the North Carolina area. That's good news. And that blue line is rain and snow mixed, so it's a pretty good area there as well. And then solid snow up here in northern Iowa, and there you see the location for that. Alright, let's look at the rest of the country real quick this evening. Spotty snow out the west part of the country as usual. And most of the activities right in our general area. Heavy rain and all kinds of precipitation. Actually snow, freezing rain and all the good works, if you can call it that. Alright, tomorrow morning's forecast map. Monday mornings, if I can get it to I was going to say, I hope it hadn't been showing you. That it was tomorrow morning. Oh, my Lord. I apologize for that. Sure was. That's tonight's forecast map. I'm sorry, I showed you the wrong one. I done that again tonight. Apologize for that one. This is this evening's forecast map. Flash flooding threat really hadn't changed much, though. It's still in the same general area. A narrow line of that freezing rain to our north in Missouri on over to Maryland. And that snow's not quite as concentrated tonight as it was showing for tomorrow morning's forecast map. Let me move out west, make sure that hadn't changed a whole lot either. I guess I need to look at that map a little bit better before I start talking about it. I apologize for that. Again, this one is for Monday morning, tomorrow morning. Now let's look at Tuesday morning's map and make sure it's Tuesday, yeah. As of about 5:04 a.m. again. Tuesday morning's map looks like the threat of heavy rain has moved to our east, and it does officially end at Monday night at midnight. And the threat is over in East Tennessee by then. A flash flooding, a little rain and snow mixed in a pretty good size area to our north, and the freezing rain has moved on up to about Chicago, Illinois, and then points east way on up into Maine, and still along in the Maryland area as well, and a pretty good size snow up north of that, up around the Great Lakes and New England area, up in that area for Tuesday morning. Out west, got a little snow expected along the California, Oregon area, and then some in the mountains area out west, of course. Nothing really going on to the south of us much. Cold front moving through Tuesday morning. One behind it will be moving through a couple of days later, I believe. And that's the map again for Tuesday morning. All right, let me back it up so you might see it a little bit better this way than the whole country as at one glance. Alright, now let me go ahead and look at the Pacific forecast for Jackson and West Tennessee. The one you're seeing now is Monday morning's forecast map. That again Tuesday morning's forecast map. Again Monday, and today's this evening's map features. Alright, kind of get a glance at it there. Now let me move on to the Pacific forecast. It looks like I'm going to go ahead and, for some reason when I show it, it wants to act up, but when I read it, it does alright. I don't know why. So I'm just going to go ahead and read it to you. Mostly cloudy for the rest of the night with a good 80% chance for rain over most of the area, even though we're struggling to get some here in South Jackson, of all things. The moon will be setting tonight at around 11 o'clock, 11:57 p.m. It's going to be mostly cloudy again tomorrow and Tuesday. It's finally going to clear by Tuesday night, around sunset or thereafter. There's a 90% chance of rain tomorrow, with the low near 44 and a high of 60. So at least the temperatures are trying to warm up a little bit. With south winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. The sun rises at 6:46 a.m. Monday morning, sets at 5:33 p.m. The moon will be rising at 10:31 a.m. Monday morning and be setting at 11:56 p.m. tomorrow night, just before midnight. And on Tuesday, mostly cloudy skies will continue with a 50% chance of more showers till Tuesday night. Then the skies should become fair. Low of 56 and a high of 58. With west winds, it's going to be kind of gusty Tuesday. West winds at 20, gusting to 35 miles per hour. A wind advisory might be needed on that day. And the first quarter moon phase will be complete Tuesday, by the way. It rises at 11:06 a.m. and be setting at 12:28 a.m. on Wednesday morning. Sun rises at 6:45 a.m. Tuesday, sets at 5:34 p.m. Finally, by Wednesday, it's going to be mostly clear all day and all night. Low near 32 and a high of 58 with south winds at 5 to 15 miles per hour. And for Valentine's Day, Thursday, February 14th, mostly cloudy with a 40% chance of showers by noon, 70% by Thursday night. So the chances kind of been fluctuating for Valentine's Day. 40% during the afternoon hours and 70% by Thursday night. Low of 44 and high of 59. At least the temperatures are going to be mild. With south winds at 15 to 25 miles per hour on Thanksgiving Day. Really still not a bad forecast for Valentine's Day. A 40% chance of showers during the day is not all that dramatic. It waits until Thursday night to possibly rain quite a bit. At least as of right now. Friday, mostly cloudy skies with a 70% chance of more showers and even a few thunderstorms till Friday night, then becoming fair. Low near 52, high of 55, with west winds at 15 to 25 miles per hour. And as of right now, next weekend looks nice, both Saturday and Sunday. Fair skies both days, but becoming mostly cloudy by next Sunday afternoon, though. Low next Saturday morning near 25 degrees, high about 42, so it will be a little cooler. By then, north winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Low of 29 next Sunday morning, high of 47 next Sunday afternoon, with northwest winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Alrighty, I believe that's it for the evening. There's another chance of rain if you'd like to know if that far ahead. Next Monday week, February the 18th, at least by the Monday afternoon anyways. 30 and 49 for the low and high on that day, and another 50% chance of rain by Tuesday week, February 19th or rather. Low of 41, high of 49 that day, east wind 10 to 20. Alrighty, one more time tonight, cloudy skies on into tomorrow with a good 80 to 90% chance of more showers to come, with the low 44 to high of 60 tomorrow, with south winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And currently, as of 6:55 p.m., it's 45 degrees here in the Bemis, Tennessee area at the moment. And look at that radar one more time. It still looks real close to Jackson. I tell you what, let me get just a little bit closer. It's going to change the colors a little bit and show you just how close the rain is. It's literally it's raining in Humboldt, but it's just barely raining up there. It's actually a little closer to Three-Way than in Humboldt. And it's moving northeast. And the heaviest rain again is on up further north. Let me pick this up. The camera does not want to go cooperate with me tonight. It wants to drag and stick on something. I don't know what it is. Anyways, it's heaviest rains up around the Paris, Dresden, Martin, Union City area at the moment, and on over toward Dyersburg, Blythe, Arkansas, Osceola, Brownsville, Ripley, and those areas is where it's heavy. Actually, it's light in Brownsville and barely raining here in Jackson. And out south, according to this one, it's not doing anything outdoors. My rainfall amount's really going to be low for midnight tonight that this continues doing this. But at least it keeps the heavy flooded rain out of the area. Good luck to everybody who lives north of Jackson, I guess, tonight. Or should I say north of Madison County tonight, because it looks like you're in for it. And probably wind up being here in Madison County after midnight, probably. That's when it'll move on down into our area by then. Alrighty, I guess that's it for this evening. Thank you for watching and viewing and subscribing. I still pick up a few subscribers ever so often, and I appreciate that. And the nice comments that you leave on my video. And I try to reply the best I can, and thank you for doing that. And beyond that, that's it for tonight. Good night, and God bless, and hope to talk to you again tomorrow night. All right, good night.